I've started playing DayZ again after taking a break for a few months. I was interested to see how the game's come along and what's changed. I had a lot of fun playing previously and gave my thoughts in an earlier video, linked in the description below.
Is that a Mosin? Do you want ammo for the Mosin? I've got ammo for it. You can like type in chat.
Essentially, I liked the process of gearing up your survivor, but felt I enjoyed the game more by avoiding other players, both friendly and otherwise. I'm glad to see the recent changes have made DayZ more interesting to play while adding more depth to the gameplay mechanics. In my earlier DayZ experience, I realized that once you fully gear up your character, there's not much more to do. After a certain point, killing zombies becomes trivial, and the only danger is from other players. Since I had no motivation to search for gear, I didn't really need to risk going into towns or military bases. That's what I still ended up doing, however, because otherwise there's no reason to keep playing. I'd eventually get killed by another player, or through my own carelessness falling off a building, and then I'd restart as a fresh spawn, ready to gear up again. I got bored of the repetition and left for other games. Recent updates in DayZ have started to change that cycle of gear, die, respawn. The developers from Bohemia Interactive have begun introducing additional survival mechanics to make things more interesting and challenging. The most noticeable of these new systems are hunting, gathering, crafting, and cooking. The wilderness of DayZ is now populated by a number of new animals, including deer, cows, and wild boar. You can hunt and kill these beasts and harvest their skin and meat. I didn't realize until after I killed the deer that you need more tools to accomplish this. You finally got a reason to carry around a knife other than for poor self-defense. With a kitchen knife you can skin and clean an animal carcass. The meat can be cooked, more on that later, and there are plans to add additional crafting options using the leather. Along with the animals you can also harvest food from the forest. There are now berry bushes and apple trees you can search, though some of the berries are poisonous. I thought I was looking at some blueberries, but soon realized my mistake after eating them. I like the fact you're left in the dark with a lot of DayZ mechanics, but sometimes I wish there were more in-game cues. A survival book to let you know if something's safe to eat, for instance. I realize there are online resources to tell you these things, but it'd be nice to see some form of them in-world as well. Luckily I knew that charcoal tablets would probably cure my food poisoning, but it still nearly killed me finding them. Who'd guess they sometimes floated in mid-air? The developers have added some new crafting recipes to help with hunting and cooking. You can now use an axe to chop kindling for fires and cut down trees for logs. From the logs and kindling you can craft a fireplace kit. Place that onto the ground and use matches to ignite it. You can use the fire to cook the raw meat you harvested from the animal carcasses. The fire also gives off a lot of light, and you can presumably use it to dry yourself off if you've gotten wet. That's another recent new game mechanic, getting wet. As it rains, or if you wander into a swamp or deeper water, your body will become wet. Similar to the hunger gauge, you'll get progressively more soaked. I haven't yet seen any negative consequences from getting wet, so presumably that's coming in a later update. You can now also throw some items thanks to a rudimentary physics system. I realized you can light and throw a road flare, great for giving off loads of light and making yourself a target for enemies, both living and dead. The most fun I had playing DayZ recently didn't involve anyone else. I was investigating a prison and was attacked by multiple zombies. This was after I'd nearly been killed by another survivor. My screen was still blurred and I'd lost a lot of blood. I fought off most of the dead, but the last one hit me and broke my leg. There I was, crippled and nearly dead, right beside one of the biggest targets in the game, the prison. From the ground I searched the prison and nearby barracks for something, anything to fix my leg, but found nothing. It was then I realized I could craft a splint from some rags and kindling. I crawled over to a small bush and chopped the kindling, crafting the splint from the rags I had in my backpack. Luckily the sticks and rags were all I needed to heal my grievous leg wound. I was back up and sprinting in no time. DayZ's already come far, but there's still a long road ahead. These additional survival mechanics help to create the semblance of a connected world. Every new feature adds another layer of depth and realism and brings new players to the game. DayZ used to be thought of primarily as a slow-moving deathmatch. Every update helps to open the world a little bit more and change this from a zombie simulator to a survival simulator. Surviving the other players? That's the most dangerous game.